So they agreed to move into the same city together. Then last minute, he changes his mind. Can this relationship survive? She's actually asking if this is a red flag or not. I'd say so. Abby's got the email.
Hi, Bert Show. I need advice. I've been dating my boyfriend for 2.5 years. He is my first major relationship since high school. We met in college and have dated ever since. There is a 200-mile distance between us since I moved from our college town back to my hometown. He primarily grew up in our college town. I'm writing to you all because I'm conflicted. You guys talked about, quote unquote, taking breaks in the last week or two, and I've been highly considering it lately with my own relationship. When I moved back home from our college town, we set up boundaries and expectations so that we could hopefully have a successful long-distance relationship. We talked about him keeping up on the TikToks I send him and me doing the same for the Instagram reels that he sends. Okay, boomer. We talked about a 2-year plan for him to move closer to me since we are both artists and my city has a lot more to offer than his hometown where he went to college. We also talked about things like kids and marriage. Recently, he says that he basically changed his mind on all of the things that we talked about prior to us going long distance. But I still want all of those things. We have a healthy relationship, but I can't decide if I'm wasting my time since he apparently, quote unquote, changed his mind. I just do not know how long I can be patient and wait for him to grow the balls to take a chance on himself and leave his hometown. Should I have to wait? I have stuck to our plan and he hasn't. I get that things change over time, but he acts like I'm being unreasonable when I say I don't want to be long distance forever, but he wants to live with his parents as long as he can. Any advice helps? Thank you.
I don't really think it's fair to this may be too extreme of a word, but to slam him for staying in his hometown when you left college and went back to your hometown. So you're in your comfort zone. He's in his comfort zone, right? Mm-hmm. You're young. And I personally, if I were you, I would break up. Mm-hmm. And if it's meant to be, you'll come back together again. But I feel like right now, if he's not willing to make the move and you're not willing to make the move, then you need to part ways for the time being. It's because relationships are like, I firmly believe relationships are not just about compatibility, but they're also about timing. And the timing has to be right. And I don't think the timing is right for you guys.
I can't disagree with that. I don't think it's right either to force him or to make him feel like he has to leave. If that's where his comfort zone is, he is telling you what he wants and where he wants to be. He's showing you who he is. And I think you have to take that information and do with it what you will. If you are not okay with waiting around or waiting for him to figure it out or make a plan, then I don't see anything wrong with you deciding that you have to move on and look for something different.
Mm-hmm. You guys want two completely different lives at this point in your relationship. And I think that's the hard thing about dating in your 20s is nobody's really established. I mean, you guys are just getting off on your feet. You guys have just, graduated. And you guys are planning out your lives. And the hard truth that you have to face is when you're looking at somebody is, does somebody want the same things out of life as you? Does somebody want the same type of life as you? And I think you're coming to a crossroads where you have to realize that no matter how much you love this person, if you guys don't want to follow that same life plan, like the smartest thing to do is to break up and realize that if your love is stronger than this, then you will come back together. But odds are there's probably somebody out there that wants the same kind of life as you.
And here I go, bringing back my silent line in the sand date proposition here, where I don't know that you need to break up yet. It doesn't sound like you're ready for that. But, and again, I say this in defense of women. Too many women that I have known through the years have stuck in these relationships without a commitment from a man. And then he wakes up one morning and just decides, like, I don't want to move to the city. I don't really feel like I ever want to be married. And then I know too many women that have dated a guy for 7 or 10 years, and now they're looking back at 35 going, I just gave you 10 years of my life, and now you're moving on. So my theory is have a silent line in the sand date. It's not an ultimatum. You're not saying like, hey, by December, you need to get your crap together or I'm out the door. That's totally something different. But you've already expressed to him what you want. He's expressed to you what he wants. If I'm you, I have a date in my head, and if he meets it, fantastic. If not, you move on with your life.
How long do you think she should wait, though? Like, if you were to give her the line in the sand.
Well, every time we seem to do this and check in with listeners, they move their line in the sand.
Oh, I
Dudes
forgot about that.
don't like.
They
The woman
erase
who was
it.
waiting for an engagement. It went
Yeah.
from Thanksgiving, Abby, to Christmas, to New Year's, to their their dating anniversary.
That's
That
a
thing
lot of
got.
sand.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
She was
dude.
on the beach, bro.
It was like the Bahamas. It ended up being pretty pathetic. Like when you make that line in the sand day, you have to say like, this is it. I'm putting my foot down and I am not willing to wait anymore for this man. So if he makes it, great. If not, somebody else. It is time to move on.
The Bert Show.